Hi, my name is Mikhail Red, and I'm the director of Eerie. I really enjoy watching horror. It's a very technical genre. There's a certain system that you have to learn, which is a very challenging genre, and that's why I enjoy watching it. And I had fun making my horror films, and I hope you had fun as well. You've seen. I think it's a very primal human emotion, fear and desire. And yeah, I think it helps us realize our own mortality. That aspect alone makes it a very relevant and important genre, not just in cinema. Eerie was a strange project. Like it started very small scale. Like there was just three of us in the room: me, my producer, and our writer. It was a new way of financing and distributing a movie in a very interesting way. And we learned a lot from that. Even though it's quite serious, quite bleak. It's not the usual pop horror with mixed in comedy. Eerie is a bit more, more brooding, more, like I said, bleak. And yeah, we were quite happy that it ended up on Netflix world sales. Eerie mirrors the real life horror of the stigma surrounding mental health issues and the LGBTQ community. Well, yeah, of course. It's quite evident in the themes of Eerie. It is conflicting, like you believe in spirits and in God, or do you believe in science? So like those two themes in itself creates conflict for our main character, and she chooses to, I guess, use her gift in a very scientific and medical way, trying to understand the ghosts of those who committed suicide so she can help those who are still trying to survive. And yeah, I mean, that's a very evident theme in the film naman. The presence of the statue of Santa Lucia in the school foreshadows the dark fate of some students, as the saint also suffered a grave death. Well, I think we chose Santa Lucia because, just the visual image of her, because her eyes were, plucked out. That image reminds us of blind faith or just faith in general and believing without seeing. And that also, we have our surviving student when she's about to jump off the building. She puts her faith in Miss Pat, the guidance counselor, that someone's still out there watching and listening. Even though at the conflict part of the film in the second act, you can interpret it as something negative, like blind faith. At the end, it's her faith that also saves her. Eerie was inspired by the insidious character Bride in Black in Insidious. Well, for me, Erica is like amalgamation of so many things. I mean, like I said earlier, she's a monster that was created by society, through neglect and abuse. So maybe subconsciously, a lot of elements from the films I grew up watching show up in the film, but it was never a conscious effort to craft Erica to represent the Bride in Black. Pat has obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. It's actually something that we show in a very early scene where she rearranges the pens on her desk in a very specific, particular way. It may cost her, her life, but at the end of the film, there's that redemption for her that even as a spirit. So yeah, you can look at it as a flaw, but it's also one of her defining traits that helps her, I guess, reach the truth at the end. Sor Alice stays up late inside the campus because she is trying to talk to the ghost of Eerie and beg for forgiveness. That could be true, but the way we wrote it and the way we wanted people to feel is that she's just there to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again, and Eerie doesn't cross paths with anyone. So maybe deep down inside, internally, she wants that forgiveness. But yeah, that's an interesting idea. We actually plan to explore that further. We're developing the prequel to Eerie, and it's about a younger Sora Luce. So we'll see. Pat did not see Eerie and Clara after the incident because both of them had already passed the light. Well, yeah, I mean, for us, you can interpret it that way, but at the same time, it's quite open-ended. So you're not really sure if they're still around. Not realizing that she died, has this unfinished business. And maybe you can even think that her unfinished business is to keep tending to the students who are in need. Calling, you can think of it that way. That's why she hasn't passed. But yeah, it's plausible. You can read it that way. Eerie only kills girls that she likes. You can read it that way. Eerie possesses the weak, or the weak-willed, weak-spirited, or weak-minded. So she uses men to kill the women. Eerie misinterprets what Miss Pat wants her to do, and that's why she ends up taking the lives of Clara, so she can have someone to talk to, or someone who can accompany her. And it's probably a very lonely place in the spirit world. So yeah, you can interpret it that way. Eerie is on Netflix, and it's available internationally. So go check it out. And other films like Dead Kids is on Netflix International as well. Birdshot, please watch that as well. It's my second film. It's also on Netflix. Neo Manila is on YouTube for free, legally, so you can go check it out. And yeah. I know these are hard times for everyone, not just for the film industry. So now that we don't have theaters anymore, it's even harder. So whenever you see, a local Filipino film online, please support it the legal way. Don't pirate it. Are finishing the Filipino HBO miniseries. So it's the first HBO miniseries shot in the Philippines called Half Worlds, coming out maybe late this year or next year. And then Arisaka, my latest film, we finished last year, so it's gonna come out this year, maybe in a streaming platform. So stay tuned for that. My message to aspiring filmmakers is don't be afraid to try. It's always better to fail than to procrastinate. It all starts with enjoying the process. So just go out there, make films. It doesn't matter how small they are, like of your own skill set. Then maybe you can focus on making a serious short film and focus on the quality of the smaller ideas first, and just churn out work and keep creating and keep risking. Don't be afraid to try. Everyone, please follow Sinepanghalina on Facebook and Instagram, and follow their YouTube channel for more awesome content. Thank you, guys.